Hi, and welcome to The Winning Hand. I'm Howard Reback, and thank you for betting on yourself. Welcome back, everybody, to a program we're calling The Winning Hand. It's a show about gambling, gambling addiction, and all the stories and all the nonsense that go with it. I myself am a former gambler, a former addict, proud to say. Not so proud to say, but I am former, so I guess it's better than being a current gambler. Does that make sense? I don't know. We're on the net. We can say what we want, right? I don't gamble anymore. There you go. I do gambling by driving in the city where the money is supposed to have been gone for fixing the infrastructure and trying to avoid potholes. That's gambling. And I gamble by going under the bridges that were supposed to be fixed with the money from gambling. So I guess that's gambling. And I gamble by sending one of my sons to a public school where they have no money to fix the walls and get proper educational teachers and proper books and stuff. So I guess that's gambling. So I guess I don't gamble in the old sense of the word, but living nowadays is a gamble. Is that a rant? Well, that's what this show's about. I'm ranting, so what? Big deal. Story about gambling. Story that I'm going to read to you that I always wanted to say, hot off the wire. It's a year and a half old. Let's just say it's not as hot. It's about a student that pleaded guilty to bank robbery. We'll call him Mr. X. That a former student of a local university pleaded guilty to charges that he robbed his local bank in December prior to Christmas. His father, meanwhile, said his son was using his own money for online gambling and became very desperate as he began to lose wads and wads of money until his bank account was literally cleaned out. The younger son pleaded guilty in a court yesterday to robbery as a felony in the first degree. He'll be sentenced in August of this coming year in 2009. Prosecutors said sentencing guidelines called for him to get at least 2 to 3 years in the local jail. A student with a 92 average, studying physics and medicine. He robbed the local bank because he was desperate. He handed a note to the teller that said, "I want $10,000 in cash. Now I have a gun in my pocket, and I am not afraid to use it." It turned out there was no evidence he had a gun. He did get $2,000 in cash from the teller, and he left. Living in a city of 2,100 people, he was picked up 12 minutes later. The money was used to pay back local loan sharks to feed his gambling habit. How pathetic is that? That story is echoed every day around the world by men and women, young and old, of every socio-economic background you can possibly think of. Crime has increased, God knows how many fold. Marriages falling apart. Work at the workplace, where else would there be work? Work at the workplace has gone down horribly. People's productivity has gone down horribly. Use of a company's and your personal computer at your desk. They have found out people have done online gambling and gaming during work hours. The numbers are staggering. Gambling is everywhere. It's up to us to try and stop it. It's up to us to try and put a leash on ourselves and try and stay away from the temptation of gambling. It is everywhere, and it's an industry the size of which is so large that it's not going anywhere. I have numbers here that show that gambling today in Canada alone, the amount of dollars spent on gambling exceed money spent on restaurants, on movies, on shows, on any kind of entertainment in totality. More money spent on gambling. What an industry. What an industry. To invade our lives and rape us, the public, of our hard-earned money. It's horrible. It really, really is horrible. I ask that you join us every week. Please send me emails at the address that should be along the bottom of your screen. And we're going to try and read them. Read one or two every week if we can. And just want you to know, if nothing else, you are far from alone in this world of gambling. Far, far from alone. Join me. Tell people about the show. I can relate. I can relate. I've been there, and I never want to go back. Never. We'll see you next week. Thank you.